Alright gang, welcome back to our Broke to Billionaire challenge on Ohio Richlands, which is more now like trying to get to 100 million, I guess. But in any case, we are back. I have bought a silo. This is a multi-fruit silo. This will allow us to put potatoes in here, among other things. So this is going to be extremely helpful. We probably will end up getting rid of this silo in favor of this. This holds like 5 million. It holds a ton. Now, I did look for a few of the other ones that some of you had mentioned in the comments, and I could not find it on ModHub. Perhaps I was typing something in incorrectly. I don't know. But in any case, I did find this, which is a multi-fruit silo, and will allow us to pretty much put everything in there. There's very little that it won't accept. And I decided to put it there. I don't necessarily know if I'd like it there now that I have it there, but that's where we put it, and we can, you know, move it later, I guess, if we really need to, but... So we're going to unload a bunch of stuff into here, and then we're going to continue to carry on with our goals today. So last episode, the little bit of the issue that occurred here, unfortunately, but it is what it is. There's not really a whole lot we can do about it at this point. We can re-drill over it, potentially. I've got the potato harvester ready to go. We've got to unload that now that we can unload the potatoes. And then there's straw here that we got to take care of. That's pretty much it. We're going to re-drill this field once we get the straw up. And that's for the most part, that's really all we have to do. I think we do also have some tiny bits of grass there to pick up as well to put over here, right? But other than that, that's it. That's all we got. That's all we got to do, gang. So, let me move this out of the way for a second. I'm going to get the potatoes and dump those, and then we will get underway with putting the worker back on the potatoes. And then we're going to go pick up the rest of the straw. And yeah, we'll move on from there. Let's see where we get to. We got to get the ideally we get most of the potatoes done today, so I can at least try to re-drill some more of that field. That would be beneficial. Now this should accept a decent amount because potatoes are gonna be sitting there for a little bit. Yeah, that's a decent amount because this is a unrealistic trailer, so it holds a lot more than it should. So that was actually a decent amount. This one, it won't probably take much at all. Now, I know at least one of my members brought it up. I think it was Matthew that brought it up and said, maybe I should get rid of this BGA and put in another one of those quick speed BGAs. And you're probably right. I probably should. We'll see. We'll see how much longer it takes for this one to get through everything that we've got. But we'll see. Now, a number of you have also said that I should start doing mayonnaise and or cookies, and that should easily get me, well, not easily, but it should make me a lot more money. So I think we'll look into doing that. I've never done either one of those, to be honest with you. I kind of forgot about the mayonnaise. I didn't forget about the cookies, but I forgot about the mayonnaise altogether. So that's an option, right? So that's an option we can try to consider doing here. Now, with that multi-fruit silo, you guess you technically really don't need a second loading or forage wagon, but we're going to keep it anyway for now. We will just kind of pick up all the grass with it and kind of store it over there by the sheep, just so they have something. That, you know, they'll just stay there. That'll be the sheep forage wagon for all the grass. So we're going to keep it. Now, a couple other things to note here that I know a few people are saying I'm severely going to fail, and I am. I really am. We already know that. But I do think I have a good chance to get to 100 million because, unlike the other series that we do, for this series, when we do end it, whenever that happens, we're selling everything that we have with the exception of anything that we started with that we still have. So, obviously, New Holland, we're not going to sell that unless we sell it between now and then. We're not going to sell that. We can't get rid of the house, the big, massive silos, the original barn. We can't get rid of any of that, but we can get rid of everything else that we put down. So that's a little bit of money that will come back into our pockets. All those fields and everything we purchased, they're expensive, right? So we'll get a lot of money back from that. So that's why I believe there is still a chance that we'll get 100 million. But a billion, yeah. It was a little bit too... the series itself, only being once a week, it was a little bit too much for it, I guess is what I should say. I was dreaming too big for the series. But I also, even though everybody kind of had a hint that it was going to come out, I really didn't think there was going to be an FS22 coming out. I truly didn't. I was one of the people that didn't believe it was coming out. until about, I don't know, maybe May or June, when a little bit more more realistic rumors started to surface a little bit. And, you know, some interviews that I watched, and with, you know, specifics like DJ and others, asking, you know, developers and or PR individuals like Kermit about, you know, FS25, and they just kind of basically not saying yes but not saying no. Then I was kind of like, yeah, I think it is coming. So initially I was like, well, we're gonna have plenty of time. We'll have at least another year to do that series, or this series I should say. And yeah, clearly that was not the case. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to clean up this area back here a little bit. It's not going to be perfect, but we're going to try. These trees are going to be in the way, as with everything else. So we may end up having to lose a little bit more crop back here. But I'm just glad I caught the worker. Well, at least the worker caught itself and just stopped. I think he just stopped, yeah. Before he got rid of a lot more of these potatoes. We did lose a little bit, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. I'm in the process of working out kind of a new addition for my channel members, so if you happen to be watching this and you're a member, it's good for you. I don't know if it'll come to fruition or not until FS25, but I'm going to work to try to do a kind of a one episode per month series for you all, and it's only going to be specifically for members. I don't know if it'll actually come to fruition, like I said, before FS25 or not, but just kind of a little bonus to thank you for being a member. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if it'll be a series or if it'll just be something else. Really haven't fully decided that yet, but something in the works. So if you're not a member and you want to be, there you go. There's another bonus for you. Not only do you get early access to all the videos and input on any new series, you also will have something new coming along with specific member-only videos. Just seemed like it was a good time to start trying to work to incorporate that at this point. Kind of figured out, well, I don't know if I would say I'd figured it out fully. I haven't figured it out fully, but I've kind of figured out sort of what I'm doing to an extent on YouTube now. Enough to be slightly dangerous, I guess. So, here we go. Here comes the trees. Here we go. I might have to keep doing what I was doing. Just going at it at an angle and then backing up and starting over again. Okay. So now, realistically, you can put this back on a worker. Now, they're not going to get everything done. They're going to miss bits like that down there, right? But and there might be a section where maybe I should go down there first, actually. But I kill so much when I do that. When I'm driving, I kill so much of it. I think I'll just take the chance here. Alright, workers going on that. Good. I'll move this slightly out of the way here. Don't think it's really that big of a deal in the way. Let's get in the Vulture here, and we're going to go over there and pick up the grass, and we can dump some into the sheep pen. I know the bales are finally gone. But yeah. Hope you're all doing well. Things are all kosher for you, and you've had a good week and everything else, and well, you're getting ready to have a good start to the new week. Had a good weekend, I guess I should say. I'm recording this obviously before the weekend, so I'm a little confused, but for you, this should be out on, I think this will be out on Sunday, I think. So hopefully you had a nice weekend. If you like football, did your football team win? I'm a Broncos fan, even though I live in the South Ohio area. Was a Broncos fan pretty much since I was like 7 or 8. Watching Shannon Sharp. I loved Shannon Sharp. Looking promising. It's not going to be this year. It's probably not going to be next year either. But Bo Nix is looking. He's getting it under control. The first couple of games, he had to get used to it a little bit. The last game, he looked really good against Tampa Bay. So hopefully, well, I guess I should talk in the day that you're watching it. Hopefully today he does a decent job. Hopefully they win another game. That'd be great. I wasn't really expecting a whole lot out of them, but if they can win a couple games here, then they're 500. I think they play Vegas. Is it Vegas? I think it's Vegas. Could be wrong. Don't get to watch it very often around here. We don't have any kind of special NFL ticket or game day or anything like that, so we really don't get to watch the games very often unless we find a bar that happens to be showing it. Normally we get the Bengals, obviously, or a likewise team, Browns or Colts or something else that's in our area. So okay, how am I going to dump this in here? Very tiny window, just like the other one. Okay, it didn't accept it all, but it actually took a lot. Alright, let's take this back. We'll hook up the other loading wagon. We're going to get started here on the rest of the straw here. I went and decided just to switch the tractors out. I should have just did that to begin with. I should have brought the Vulture over there, but regardless, I switched them out. This is a better tractor for using that windrower and the loading wagon combo. The Vulture was fine before when we were doing it, but once it got full, it was a little slow going there for a little bit, so this will help. So we're just going to continue on there, and yeah, we're going to head on over here, grab that, and we're going to get the straw going. It's going to take a while to get all that straw up, honestly, but nevertheless, we will get it up and out of there. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to actually take all of the straw out of the little tiny silo that we have there and just get rid of it. It's not a whole lot of money that we're going to get back. I think it's only like $1,000 silo. It's very inexpensive. But it's one less thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of it. Let me do that, and then I'm going to head over there. We'll put a time-lapse in. We'll get some of that straw up, and we'll get going. All right, that was a long time-lapse game, but we got a lot done, right? All the straw is gone. We've got the headland pass done here as well. I'm just taking over for the worker here because I knew they were going to have issues, so... I put it on a worker hoping they would go the whole way, but they're not going to, so... We'll just take over, get down to the end here, and then set a worker back off on it. Yep, there. That should be good now. So we get the headland pass done here. The worker over here is still going strong on getting these potatoes out. I would suspect that they're almost full again. Well, not quite, but they're getting close. They probably will be full before they get to the end of that, but... We need to find a better way, whether it's an autoload trailer of some sort or what, but we need to find a better way to move these pallets of wool. For now, we'll just grab these two. I mean, two at a time isn't too bad, but if they start getting more, I don't think they will, but if they do start getting more, it will be a little more difficult to do. We need to either just get a flatbed trailer and put these on a flatbed trailer and drive them over there, or get an autoload trailer of some sort for it. We have an autoload trailer for bales, but we really haven't been doing bales for a while. But I'm not really getting rid of them because we may still do it at some point. If this was a little bit faster, it'd be better too. Unfortunately, it's not, so... But we're going to get them over to Grandma's house and drop these off. Alright, let's drop these off. Perfect. Now somebody, speaking of the chickens and the roosters, somebody told me that recently, and I guess I never really paid attention. I swear that they did, but I guess not. You don't really need a rooster in the chicken coop. I thought it helped with the reproducing, but I guess it doesn't really do anything. I guess it's just there to try to be a little bit more realistic, right? So, oh well, we have one. They didn't really cost that much, so we're just going to leave it there. It does take up a spot for a chicken, though, so a little bit less than the eggs, but we have plenty of eggs over there, actually. We really need to get something. I put too much of our cereal crops into our flour making production. I really need to get some canola or something. I think there's going to be a canola field. The small one, I think, will be ready. The small field with the fences that we have issues with, I think will be ready next month, I think. But we really need to get some of that over here into our potato production here, because I want to make, some other stuff, and we need vegetable fat to do some of this. We need soybeans, we need, canola or sunflowers. We're not doing sunflowers specifically in this series, at least. So far we haven't. We probably won't. So it needs to be canola or soybeans. I think we're putting in another thing of canola. So we've got, we've got canola here, and we've got a canola here. We're putting wheat in here, but there's canola here. But I think it's this one. Yeah, this one will be ready to harvest in the next episode. Pretty much the only thing that will be ready in the next episode. Now, we probably will not upgrade the harvester header in the next episode since we have that small field. I want to harvest that small field and then get rid of the small field. I think I mentioned that. We might buy another field, gang. If we start utilizing these big headers that I was able to download, they're not that much bigger than the one we have. I think the biggest one we can get is like 18. I think the one we have now is 13.8 or something like that. So it is a significant increase. But I mean, that's the biggest I can get because I'm on console, right? So I have to go off of Mod Hub. I can't go and get anybody's. Why does that one have such a weird, like a huge divot in there? Like they're gonna put like an actual, like it's been drilled. That's weird. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, I can only go with whatever is on Mod Hub, right? I don't have the option like PC players to get, mods that somebody created maybe that weren't approved by giants. So we're moving along here, chugging along, I should say. Still a lot of this to go, but progress is being made big time. Big time. Now, as far as everything else goes, I don't think, I said this already early on in the episode, but I don't think, oh, they missed a section here. I don't think there's anything else really that we need to do today. We have to wait kind of for these to move on to the next stage. We could expand this section that we did drill now. We could expand that, but we have the drill actively doing something currently. So, given all that consideration, is there any field we can buy right now that's a reasonable price, reasonable size, and not too crazy far away? What is that? Of course, it's sunflowers. So not that one. This one we could. It's a little further back, but, I mean, it's not too far. I mean, we go to this one anyway. What's the difference from there to there? Oh, well, never mind. I thought it was ready to harvest. It's not. Maybe it was earlier in the episode. Maybe they harvested it already. That's a little far away, and that's carrots. We really don't want it to do that. We don't have any of that. All of these we can't do either. That's parsnip and sugar beets. So the short answer is no. There is nothing available for us to buy besides maybe this one. It's a very small field, but we could do that. I think it's sorghum. Let's go take a look. Looks like sorghum to me. It is sorghum. I can see it from here. So I guess we could do this field. We could buy this field is what I mean. It's not a huge field, but, you know, that's some more product for us. We really need to start making some of this stuff. Maybe it's time for us to put down a greenhouse. We have yet to do greenhouses. Maybe it's time for us to put down some greenhouses so we can actually start utilizing some of this other stuff and making some stuff. Because we've got tons of potatoes in there. And now we are making stuff. We're making premium potatoes, but... And then the oils, right? We got the canola oil, sunflower, and olive oil going here too. Yeah, I guess we buy it, right? Why not? I mean, even if we just buy it once and then harvest it and then be done. Well, we could do that too, right? Buy it and sell it. Slightly cheat the system a little bit, but I mean, I feel like we'd probably put something down, right? It's not expensive. I mean, it's far away. That's the only problem with it, is that it is far away. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm kind of leaning towards just harvesting it and selling it, even though it's a little cheaty. Let's do it. We'll buy it, we'll harvest it, and we can sell it. We'll cheat. We'll do a little cheaty action. What the hell happened to my... It's in the ground. No wonder I couldn't get it. There we go. What are you doing, worker? It's just killing crops, because I'm in the way, probably. Great. Wonderful. Love it. Here we go. Alright, let's head on over there. We're going to buy this thing. We'll harvest it. It's, you know, whatever we get out of it, we get out of it. And then we'll just sell it. Oh my goodness. Are you serious right now? Did I really just do that off a telephone pole? Really? Alright. Alright, we got it sorted out. I had to basically climb the garage, but we got it sorted out. let's head on over there. We're gonna get going. We are gonna have to do a little touch-up work here, but that's okay. We kind of always do, right? The workers always do have some issues with the road and trees and everything else, so. Alright, I think I found the track to head on back here. Hopefully. Yes, there it is. Went ahead and purchased it already. That's why we're down to 2.5. I think we'll just set it somewhere around in there. That's going to be good enough. Bit cheaty here, gang, like I mentioned a couple of times already, but hey, you know what? We're not going to make $1 billion anyway, so let's just change them on the fly, huh? Okay, let's unfold this guy. And we're underway. Oh, somehow I put that on a worker. I don't know how I did that. Now, the other field that we're actually drilling right now, it's going to need to have herbicide put down. And I think that's probably it for now, at least. Now, I could do the herbicide in the next episode, and I actually probably will, just based off of what we know, right? We're going to have this field ready to harvest, but that's the only one really that's going to be ready to harvest. So, in the next episode. Well, at least what I think. So, based off of that, we're either going to have to buy some more fields, or we save the herbiciding for the next episode to, you know, have a little bit more bulk there. Now, obviously, we could skip months and stuff, because we're allowed to do that, but... And maybe we will, right? Maybe instead of just doing an episode for that, maybe we just skip a month. That might be the smartest way to do it. Just skip a month. I think actually the more I'm talking this through with you, the more I'm talking myself into doing that. If we just go ahead and just skip a month, we don't have, you know, withering or crop destruction. Well, we have crop destruction on. We don't have withering or seasons on, so we could let it that small field just sit there as long as we want. Really. That'll help as well with the series, too. Trying to get some more money going so we don't waste another episode on such a small, you know, amount of things to do. But that does mean we have to do the herbiciding today, which is fine. I mean, it won't take that long. Now, it looks like I was hoping that maybe I'd be able to get this field done, but it looks like I'm actually going to... need a trailer down here, so we're gonna have to get a trailer because we're already almost 50% full and we haven't gone around the headland yet, fully around the headland yet, so decent yielding field for the size. Now, the header I'm going to get for this series soon, I don't know if it's going to work. I think it's going to work, but I don't know. I hope it fits and works well with this harvester. I mean, all the fields here, with the exception of a few tiny little inclines or declines, they're mostly flat, right? Ohio is mostly flat. I've mentioned that to you guys before. There are exceptions. There are certainly exceptions. South Ohio, by the Ohio River, kind of close to where I am. I'm about an hour-ish or so away from the Ohio River. That area is... it's the Ohio Valley is what it's called, and it's very hilly. So that's the southwestern portion. Southeastern portion is close to the mountains, close to the Appalachian Mountains. So that's not really flat. All of the middle of Ohio, most of the northern part of Ohio, with the exception of the area that's by the lake, Lake Erie specifically. Most of that is all flat. That's most of where the actual cropland is. I'm kind of on the edge of the Ohio Valley and that middle flat area, so I'd kind of get a little bit of both to an extent. And then I guess kind of the very, very, very top north east of Ohio, near Cleveland, that area. There's a little bit of an area there that has some some hills and some valleys, but for the most part, like I said, rest of Ohio is very, very flat. So it's prime real estate for farming. It really is. And I wonder how long it's going to take before Ohio starts putting restrictions on buying certain plots of land, because a lot of people are buying land up over here. It's typically a little bit cheaper to live in Ohio than it is elsewhere. Well, it's cheaper than in some of the big cities, like New York, LA, Chicago, all that stuff, right? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, most of America's cropland, most of it is like actually in the middle, right? Kansas, Iowa, Nebraska, that area, right? That's where a lot of some Missouri too, Indiana, Illinois, all that, like that, Kentucky, right? So kind of in the middle, right in the middle. That's where the best cropland is. So there's still plenty of room in Iowa and in Kansas. There's really absolutely nothing there but that. But you got to think, and at least from Ohio's perspective, it's a decent sized state, but there's a lot of cropland going away. All right, we need... Where's the case at? There it is. So we need to grab a trailer, head on over there, and unload the sorghum into it. So, as I ranted to you for a little bit and went on a little bit... Well, it wasn't really off tangent. We're talking about farming, so I guess that's not off tangent. Sometimes I get off tangent when I'm talking to you all and I don't talk about farming for whatever reason. Whether it's my other channel or something else, but in any case, we were talking about farming there at least. Let me get over to the field there and we'll get the harvester unloaded. And when we come back, he should be pretty much done, or she should be done. I guess it's she. She should be done. We'll have to do some touch-up work, and then we can spray this field. Alright, running on up here. Get this sucker unloaded, and we're just going to let it sit here. Let the worker continue on here. Here we go. Sorry, neighbor, I'm going to drive through your crops here for a second. We are going to have to fill this up. Dang it. I thought we were going to be able to get this done, but there is only 1%, 34 liters of seed in here, so that is not going to work. So let me fill this up. Alright, we're back here. I took some of the solid fertilizer from our drying digestate dryer, and so that way we didn't have to pay anything for that. It was about $2,000, give or take a few bucks for the actual seed. Yeah. 2 more passes up and down here, and we are done with this field as far as the drilling goes. And then it's a matter of getting into the spraying. So, without further ado, we've got to also unload that potato harvester. It's getting pretty close. It's 80%. So, without further ado, let's get this done, gang. And, yeah. See you in a bit. Alright, well, we're pretty much done here, gang. That worker will finish that up in a few more passes. We've got a full trailer load here, so we're going to take it back. I'm actually not going to put this into the flour just yet. I'm going to store it for a brief period of time. The reason I'm going to store it is because I'm going to look into, between now and the next episode, what we kind of talked about at the beginning. Some of your ideas that I should, look to implement potentially. The mayonnaise, the cookies, etc., right? So I'm going to keep it. I don't remember exactly what I need for cookies. I don't think it's going to be sorghum, but it could be. So I'm going to keep it for now, and then I can just put it, into the mill if it ends up not being the case whenever we want to. So let me get this back. Then we're going to jump on the sprayer, and we're going to get that field that we just drilled sprayed. Okay, change of plans, gang. We are going to take this straight into the flour production. We put down something else. Inexpensive, $20,000, $30,000. Another makeshift type of item, but that's okay. We put down a pasta production. So what that means is we're going to create pasta with the eggs and with flour. And it can also use potatoes. So this is going to make us a lot more money, gang, than what we were doing. So I turned everything as far as the flour goes on to distributing, so we're just going to dump this straight into here. So this is absolutely going to help us, the fact that we went ahead and harvested this. And I can show you what I'm talking about here. Give me just a second here. So I've got all three of them distributing. It'll take all three of the flours that we can make, which we're not even making any corn, so there's not going to be any maize no matter what. But the soybean flour and the regular flour, it's going to distribute it. It should, in theory, distribute it where I want it to. Here. Probably every hour. And we're going to turn on pretty much everything. Now, we need some water for some of this, it looks like. I'm going to make fresh pasta, though. I'm not really going to worry about the dry pasta, I don't think. Because you get more cycles per month with the fresh pasta. So I'm not necessarily that concerned about that. The soy, I might as well turn it on too. It means I have to put some water over here, which is fine. We can bring water over here, not a big deal. The nice thing is where I placed it at, it's right next to where our eggs are. So I really don't have to go very far, and I can pick those eggs up by hand. So I can just hand bring those over to here. Not a big deal at all. So that's what we're going to do, gang. What it does mean is that we have another location that we can drop potatoes off at, which is great. So I'm actually just going to leave this here for right now. Actually, you know what? Let's put some potatoes in here really quick, and then we'll leave it here. And then we're going to go get the harvester. I think the potato harvester is full as well, I think. So we're probably going to need to unload that here in just a second as well. But I want to make sure we can get these going as soon as 1,800 hits. Now, you probably won't see a whole lot of it today, but probably the next episode, even the following episode, who knows. We'll probably start seeing a little bit of an income from that. I'm probably going to have them on... well, actually, you know what? I was going to say, I might put them on auto-selling, but I should look at the prices here. It does fluctuate. It's not anything crazy. Actually, it's a decent amount of fluctuation. So I think we're just going to keep it on storing, I think. So where I put it is, I put it here on the edge of our workshop here. Maybe not the most ideal spot, but that's where I put it anyway. Okay. So that's in there. So we just got to get the flour to start coming over here, and then we're good. We'll start making stuff. Eggs obviously have to be carried over here, but they're right there. I can carry them. It won't take long at all. And then the water. So it won't be too bad. It won't be too bad at all. So let's get into this guy. We'll get this unloading, and then we need to jump into the sprayer and get the spraying underway while we kind of sort out the pasta production. I may still do the cookies and or the mayonnaise, but let's do the pasta for now. The pasta is going to make us a lot of money. Just to kind of give you a ballpark of what I'm talking about here, I showed you the price, right? The pasta price is somewhere between $3,400 and $5,000, or $3,600 and $5,000, right? So it kind of fluctuates, but it's got a decent amount. Whereas if we were just to sell the flour outright, we're only making $2,000 at best. So this is going to be very, very good. It's going to make us a lot more money. Might take longer, but it will make us a lot more money. All right, so this is full, so let's go get this unloaded. We'll unload whatever we can into our pasta production, and the rest will go into the silo. Alright, the potatoes are unloading there. They're not going to accept all of those by any means. It's not going to even come close. But, let them unload. Let's get the sprayer going now. We really need to go around the headland pass on the sprayer here. So we'll do that, and then we can put it on a worker. Like we normally would, right? Now, there's probably not going to be much left, honestly, because this is such a wide sprayer. There's not going to probably be a whole lot remaining for the worker to do, but nevertheless, I probably can sell this field now too, because it's done. Well, let me make sure. Let me make sure that they didn't miss anything. It's always good just to double check things. I don't want to leave any profit. One little strand right there. Not that concerned about that. So yeah, let's just move this out of the way and they can sell it. Or we can sell it, I should say. So I can bring this back off camera. You've seen me do this 1,000 times, so there's no reason, in my opinion, to show you that. So let's sell this. We get our money back here. Easy few bucks right there. Alright, let's unload this, and then we'll get spraying, because I would suspect that the worker's full again with potatoes, because it didn't unload everything out of there, so I'd be hard-pressed to believe that there's not, it's not full again. But I think the things that we did in the last episode and this episode have really helped us in the path of getting rid of these potatoes pretty quickly. I think they're going to be gone much faster than you anticipate now that we have so much that we're utilizing them for. I want to do something really quickly now that I just thought about it. I guess I don't really know which one's going to be the closest one. I guess it's that one, right? I guess it is. I'm going to bring a few of the pallets of eggs over here really quick before we get started on everything else. Just so there's actually something occurring there whenever the flower gets flipped over. Where's the trigger at? It's a little bit further along than I was expecting the trigger to be at. I got to be careful of that. That's a mistake on me. Should have made it further this way, but I thought it was gonna. Whoa! Whoa! I thought it was going to be a little bit closer to where I was expecting it and wanting it, but it's not the case. So I'll get the rest of these moved over here off camera. I'm not going to make you watch me move all of these over here, but all right, good enough. And let's get this back over to the spare capacity for eggs. The eggs are already maxed out. So that's good, right? We have plenty of eggs, so that's good, because we're going to probably utilize some of the eggs in the other potato production at some point. At least that was the initial goal. But we've got to get some other stuff over there, too. Good. Good, good, good. So let's get this unloaded, and we'll get spraying going. And we are underway here, gang, so we're going to get going around here. Continue this process. We'll throw it on a worker. And we'll get this field all prepped and ready to go for the next episode. So I think we're going to leave the episode at this point. Gang, you've seen me do spraying many times. You already know what's happening over there with the potatoes and all that stuff, right? So we can look now to see if anything distributed. It did distribute over, so we should have some in here ready to go. Yeah, there's a small amount. I mean, not a ton. It's not going to make anything crazy yet, but there is some there nonetheless. We'll get the harvester back here with the rest of the sorghum, and we'll put the sorghum in there so it can make some more flour for us so we can distribute that as we want to make us some more spaghetti or more noodles, whatever, pasta. So I think this is a good one, gang. We've got more stuff making us lots more money. This is what we need. We got to continue to go through this process here as we edge closer and closer to the end of the series. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button if you're new, and I'll catch you on the next one.